got the scooter guy down here. Let's catch him. Go hard. Get it. This is the Gotrax GX3. It's their biggest, baddest off-road model. Let's talk about it. This is a brand new path. I've never ridden it. They built it, I think, this last fall. We'll run up here. Oh yeah, this is cool. This is something you need an off-road scooter for, no doubt. Oh yeah. The key to an off-road scooter is to have good traction and good power, but without losing control, because you're slipping out from too much power. Even this corner is gonna be tough. Oh, that's amazing. We got that corner. Can we get this one? All right, the fact we just did that is kind of amazing for a scooter. I've never hit a corner like that. S corner uphill. We're in first gear and scooter handled wonderfully. Woo! This is definitely something designed for mountain bikes. You can tell there's bigger obstacles, but the scooter can handle. The Gotrax handles perfect traction. Right over by the river here. Oh, looks like we got a big run up here, up a little uphill gravel thing. Looks a little sketchy. We got this. Let's send it, baby. Oh yeah, easily. This one looks tough around the corner and uphill. A little bit of sand. We'll just crawl up that one. Yeah, baby. It's like your choice where to go here. This is wild. They built this right over the edge of the stream. That's a beautiful trail, guys. Wow, and they put a bench right here. It's the type of bench you can only get to with the off-road scooter, man. This is a very capable scooter, as you guys can see. This is the type of trail most people, I think, won't attempt, and you shouldn't attempt without proper gear and everything. We are blessed out here in Coralville with some of the most amazing trails just seconds from my home that put me out of breath. Take a 5-second break. This is a perfect bench because you're kind of out it after you do a few of those big ones. Let's go on to the next. We're not even to the actual mountain park yet, guys. We're literally on the side mission right now. Oh yeah. Tight corners with the big handlebars. Holy shit, what is this? Oh my god, I thought we had to jump for a minute. That was scary. This scooter is incredibly good in the suspension department. It comes with quad spring, adjustable dampening, hydraulic coilovers. And one other thing that nobody's talking about on this scooter is this. I had to do a little research and figure out what this even was. What am I looking at here? At first I thought it was maybe on there on accident. And what this is doing is creating another point of attachment from here to the suspension axle. It may not look like it's doing a lot. Honestly, it took me a minute to figure out what's going on here. Basically, this can be tightened with the wrench to keep this extremely tight. And what that does to your front end is makes this whole scooter have zero play, zero movement. It just rides phenomenally good over all sorts of road imperfections. And I don't exactly know what we call this, but I don't think anybody else has noticed it because nobody else really looks under their scooter that much. Most of these reviewers out here will make a review after, you know, riding a scooter twice. But that's not me. You know I don't do that. Let's see how many miles we got on this bad boy. Fire it up. We got 622 miles on this scooter. That's about 10 times what these other reviewers be putting on it. And I can definitely say without a doubt, it's a beast. It is fantastic for off-roading, which is what it's designed for. This one's an OG. I can do this one. We'll do a couple more here on our way over to the park. We're just gonna do all the trails today. Prove that the Gotrax can. I almost call it the Jotrax. Gear 1's really perfect for this. Keep it under 20 miles an hour. Don't die. This trail is a couple years older, so it's been packed down a lot more. So not quite the Black Diamond level of that last one. Was intense as shit. Throttle is great for off-roading, you know? I was a little skeptical about the big dead zone on it, which for on-roading and racing obviously is kind of not ideal. But for off-road riding, you almost enjoy a bigger dead zone because as you're bumping and jerking around and everything, obviously the throttle's moving a little bit here and there. And you don't want it to be finger sensitive like a trigger throttle. You want it to be pretty mild, I guess would be the word. Cruising it right now, 10 miles an hour over these moguls. We're at full speed. I think 15 is full speed on gear 1, which is perfect. Woo! Ripping it. Woo-hoo! Crazy. All of these trails are like within like a mile of my place. We're so blessed with not only paved trails, but these amazing mountain bike trails, and they just go on and on and on. It's so taxing going off-roading, but if I was more athletic, I could ride these trails all day and never ride the same trail twice out here. So, let's get into the suspension some more. Now, I'm not necessarily hating on this scooter right here. This is the new Awesome, but you'll see that it just has some springs in it. These are very low grade as far as suspension goes. And you compare it to something like this, which you think, okay, it's similar looking C-style suspension, right? At the end of the day, it's gonna ride much better. And it's night and day difference when you have dual with hydraulic damping, right? It's not just a spring. You're getting such an improved ride with this over a basic C-type suspension scooter like this with just a spring. It's like riding on a cloud. And you gotta keep in mind that I'm judging this based off of these stock tires too. By the time I do my usual thing here, put PMTs on this scooter like all these, this scooter is gonna be the smoothest scooter I ever owned. And it has to do with having the quad spring dampening suspension. Very special design to this suspension. And you know, when you go take it off-roading, I'm gonna show you a bunch of clips off-roading, it really shows because the thing rides fantastic off-roading. Look out, Rabbit! Rabbit is mind blown right now. It's got nice hill climbing. So you're going uphill in the grass right here. No problems for this scooter. Let's just hop right into it. This is Flow Trail right here. These are beautiful. They're pretty much all downhill, and you just kind of get a groove going. They're a bit overgrown. Be careful, boy. Something happened here. Some big flooding. Kind of want to go see why this is blocked off over here. You know, I'm curious type of guy like that. Clearly it's blocked off for danger, so I can't sue him if I go this way and something happens, but I gotta see. Maybe there's just a tree down or something, or the bridge is down. Who knows? Tell there's a river going down there at one point, but we made it through. I don't know why exactly it's closed, probably just because it's dangerous looking. All right guys, I'm sweating like a pig. It's 88 degrees today with a million fucking humidity. You just go outside and you sweat, and doing something active like this on a day like this, you better bring water, protect yourself. I do want to show you the sign here real quick because this applies for all trails in the world. Ride dirt trails, not mud trails. What that means is if it's mud, don't even ride it. Just pick up your thing and walk through. If you encounter mud, you're trying to not tear up the trail for future people, obviously. Just don't ride wet trails. So I wouldn't even be going through here today if it was not dry. Scooter cruise is nice. For off-road is so hard and demanding on a scooter. It's hard to make a scooter that's good enough and powerful enough, but not so huge that it's like too big for the trail. Because obviously it's a small trail, it's made for mountain bikes. It's It's not made for motorcycles or dirt bikes, and if you brought a dirt bike here, even it'd be very small. Here comes some air. Oh yeah, carbonate. Oh yeah, it's a hard one. You fishtail it almost. These get a little scary up here, so I apologize if I slow down a little. I haven't had a scooter worthy of bringing in here really. Most scooters, I ride them on the road. That's what scooters are really designed for, but this scooter is marketed as an off-road scooter, so it should be fine. Assuming we still got a road here and this isn't all washed out or something crazy. Blocked off. That must mean this bridge is a no-go. Let's see. Guess we're taking the black diamond. It's the only way, huh? Back in the high life. See how far we make it. We may have to turn around. Good torque. Tight switchbacks. This is what they said we got here. I'm prepared. I once brought my Yumi Y10 in here and overheated the shit out of it on this trail. Black Diamonds here in Iowa is just like a straight uphill with crazy corners like that. I don't think video will ever do justice to how hard this kind of is. Bouncing around these corners uphill, tougher than it looks. But this thing, Gotrax, handles great. It's funny looking mushrooms. This trail is unridden, you can tell. People see Black Diamond, that other thing, and turn around. That's not us, we're not people. We keep going, find the path, no matter what. The scooter's crushing this, bros. This is phenomenal for a scooter to be able to sustain this type of climb, this smooth with this good of traction. Like, I'm not even worried about wrecking right now, going straight up around switchbacks. It's that good of traction, that good of handling. Yeah, look at that dig. Just pulls you right out. This might be the first off-road capable scooter I've really had out of the box, you know? Only change I've done is put the bigger handlebars on it, which I put on every single scooter I get that's good. Yeah. Just handled a Black Diamond without even putting our foot down, basically. Straight uphill, switchbacks the whole way, demanding features. I know we're in Iowa, and if I was in like Colorado or something, that'd probably be like a blue, but you gotta give this thing credit. It's a scooter. This is a scooter heading through a mountain bike trail that's not meant at all for scooters. Right back up. This scooter is the shit, all right? Not a lot of scooters I would be able to handle that, first of all, and then be able to handle it comfortably. Like, I could go again right now. Eats up any sort of bumps, carves through all the corners. Fantastic traction. Talk about these tires really quick. I do have these off-road tires on right now. I'm going to be switching these to some PMT rain tires because there's a bit of rainy season probably coming up here. Fall weather and spring weather. I'm going to put the rain tires on, and that is something else with this scooter, guys. Most of the time when I get a scooter in, they're like, hey, just ride it a month or whatever, make the review. But Gotrax specifically wants me to ride this for a year, which is kind of unheard of. So I'm gonna ride this scooter for the next year. We're gonna be doing a long-term test, about as long-term a test as it gets on this scooter. So do check back in a couple months. I'll have more reviews coming out with this. Thinking about doing about a 3-month review every 3 months. Give you guys an update if anything goes wrong. But as of right now, 600 whatever miles, it's running as good as it did the day I got it, if not better, because I did end up putting a bunch of grease. Let me jack it up a little more for you. Couple of these spots here was a little squeaky, so I did end up just putting a little white lithium grease. You just spray it and it fixes the problem. Now the scooter is completely silent now. Just a clip of me sort of messing around with it just to show you how quiet it is. Like, the whole suspension and the drivetrain and everything really, to me, is perfect. I think as far as the design, they did a great job on this scooter. I've never been in here, but I've always been curious. And I think we finally have a scooter that's worthy. It just says no camping. It doesn't say no trespassing. Is there a jump park back here? What am I looking at over here? Got like a jump park in here. Nobody ever told me about this. Let's see if we can make it down this. Oh yeah. Look at this thing, completely abandoned back here. I never even knew this existed. Oh my God, this looks insane. This is wild. Whoa, that looks sketch. I've never seen this place. This is an abandoned mountain bike park. Sometimes you just find some cool stuff. I gotta see where this goes before I take this. Nobody's ridden this thing in years. Caution drop. No shit. Don't try this at home, kids. Gotrax can handle. This place is clearly overgrown and used to be a mountain bike park. Not anymore. Another thing that they've really done perfectly here is the footrest. You see it's the right angle for a foot. A lot of these ones are coming out like this, right? Or they have some weird bend or whatever in it. But this is perfectly flat. Big, excuse my dirty shoe, but see, plenty of space on this for a foot. It does leave the front foot up like this, which you see kind of these little lips here. Helps hold your foot in when you're doing any off-road sort of jumping or maneuvers. It actually really works out nicely how they've designed everything with this footrest here. All right, here's the button pad for this scooter. Turn it on by holding the power button. It's gonna open into park mode every time. Turn it up like this. Hold mode to get dual motor. Pretty simple to control. Comes with a horn. Pretty decent. Comes with blinkers that honestly I'd never use. Nice sound to it. And quite bright actually, like, let's see that. It turns off by itself too. I should use these blinkers more. They're actually pretty decent. Really good blinkers for a scooter. See, our screen itself is pretty standard here. It's got our park, our gear, our mile per hour, single, double, our headlight indicator, battery indicator, trip, and odometer. Decent little screen. But like I said, this thing is not really built about the components or the electronics. It's about being off-road and the suspension on it, and really the insanely good ride quality of the suspension. You're gonna have to ignore this carbon fiber handlebar I put on aftermarket. Definitely worth it to get a little more distance and obviously a nicer look and everything, but it didn't come on the scooter. Nut brakes did come on the scooter. These are really good brakes. If you guys know anything about scooter brakes, this is like the standard. Really strong stopping power, good longevity to it. We're still 600 miles in here. I'm still on the original brake pads. It might be getting close to time to do that. Maybe around 1,000 miles I'll do the brake pads, do the tires, stuff like that, do some upgrades. But for now, this thing's been running great. Essentially stock here. I do like the throttle here. Very ergonomic. I think they could maybe take a little bit out of the back so that it lays a little bit flatter, but it's plenty fine. It's not like it's uncomfortable or anything. Good control. It does have a little bit of a dead zone, but it's manageable. And honestly, when you're going off-roading, you want a bit of a dead zone because you're gonna be like this a lot of the time, hitting bumps, and you don't wanna have some hair triggered throttle or you're gonna get launched a lot more and get excessive throttle when you don't want it. Versus having a bit of dead zone, it gives you some leeway when you're hitting big bumps and stuff to not just pull the throttle and whiskey throttle it straight off into the ditch. So it is definitely helpful to have a bit of dead zone on it. I think if it was more of a road scooter, I would want maybe a little different throttle on it, maybe swap out for a thumb throttle, see if something was possible. But as far as off-roading, I'm not going to swap this out because this is great for off-roading. Really good control and good grip on the handlebar at the same time. So happy with this. I think it's better than thumb. Thumb throttle is a lot harder to keep a good grip. So I think for off-roading, you definitely want to have a finger throttle. Move down the stem some more here. This whole folding mechanism and neck, that's what we call this here, scooter neck. Really just beefy build. and you like feel it, and you're kind of like, man, are these other scooters over here kind of hollow feeling? Like they might be a little bit weak, but it's almost just like this is over-engineered to be really, really good, thick metal for off-roading. Because obviously you're going to be going off-roading, you want it to be thicker, more robust than something that's just for the road. So definitely they took that in mind when they built this and market it as an off-road scooter, that it needs to be beefy. It needs to be really thick, strong metal, you know, and it is. It feels really sturdy when you're on it. You don't have any sort of like confidence issue like, man, is this gonna break? It's totally the opposite, actually. This scooter is built like a tank. Anyways, that's probably all we're going to talk about today. I'll show you some ride clips that we've got over the last couple months here. There's a lot of TikToks that I've saved up on hard drives. We're going to be posting this winter about this, so stay tuned. There's a lot more content coming. Definitely a buy recommendation from me if you're looking for something with 11-inch tubeless tires with a really good suspension. Top quality suspension. This, honestly, once I get PMT tires on this, will likely be the best riding scooter I own. And that's saying something, just because the suspension is so good. Uh-oh, road closed. Can we make it through? Yeah, I don't think we're gonna make it up there. It looks like it's time for a scooter detour. This is when it's great to have an off-road scooter. Go straight through anything. Little scooter detour. Gotrax can handle anything, man. I've taken this off-road so much that this is light work for it. Come up here, pop a little curb, be right back on the street. Yeah. It's about 2 weeks since I recorded that review, but like I said, if anything happened, I was gonna let you guys know, and something did happen. This is my suspension. You may have noticed during that review, if you look closely, so the suspension was actually a bit bent, almost like this. The reality was that this was broken for quite a while, and I'd been riding on it for some time. Why is this not a problem for me, and why am I still posting this video recommending this scooter to you? It's because the design of this scooter itself is meant to break. Eventually, you may break a suspension too, but guess what? We have redundancy. We have enough suspensions, 2 per wheel, that if one breaks, the scooter continues on. We can compare this directly with every other C-type suspension on the market that has a single suspension in it. What do you think happens if this breaks? What do you think happens? So in reality, every scooter is gonna break if you off-road it hard enough for hundreds of miles like I did. Eventually, you're gonna break a spring, or you're gonna break a bolt or something. But you want a scooter with redundancy in it, built in, so that when it does break, the scooter doesn't crumble in and cause you to wreck. Honest to God, rode this for probably several rides before I actually noticed that this was broken. I didn't have an accident, nothing happened. So I can really stand by my recommendation on this scooter that you can take this off-road, you can treat it like shit, be extremely harsh on it, and the odds are you're probably gonna walk away fine compared to most other scooters on the market that just are not off-road scooters, no matter what they tell you. So if you're in the market for something that you do wanna do some off-roading on, mountain bike trails, whatever, check out the Gotrax, the GX3. It's definitely a game-changing scooter that I'm happy to ride. Can't wait to keep riding this scooter. Regardless of something like this happening, I feel safe riding this scooter, and I'm gonna keep riding it. Check it out if you guys are interested. Scooter gang, out. No way. The harness at the bean field. It's the true test. If you got an off-road scooter, will it make it through the bean field? Across the road? That's bumpy, bro. Woo! Welcome to Iowa. Woo! It's cold. It's bumpy. It's October. Let's go. Woo! Just find a good road and just go with the roads this time instead of against them. It's so bumpy. It's like speed bumps. Woo! I was planning on doing this today. I was just going to a hardware store, but man, I can't resist. Oh yeah, way smoother with the road. Woo! Now, if this is not an off-road scooter, I don't know what we're going for with an off-road scooter anymore, because this is perfect to me. It is on point. Look at the off-road scooter, right? deer down here. Let's sneak up on them. There's two of them. Oh, they're gone. We saw some dipped into there. I don't know where this goes, but let's try it. Go all the way down to the bottom and see if we can make it down and back up. Fuck it. Whew. Those dogs have never seen someone scoot through here. It's like full on trees right here. This is the true test of the Gotrax and its handling. This is intense for a scooter. I don't even think the InMotion would make it through this with the slicks on it and where the clearance is right now. Kind of looks like we're going through a creek down here, and I don't think we're gonna do that. So let's just stop here and turn around. That's a good fucking test though. Now, for the real test, can we get enough traction to get up the hill? Whoa, gear 1 and it's climbing it. Holy shit. What a scooter! There's not a lot of scooters that would climb this big hill of giant wood chips. You can't even call this wood chips. We're driving up trees right now. It's literally just trees. Holy crap. Gotrax, what have you done? You built a good scooter. Go rock crawler mode. Let's go. Woo! Oh my god, I did not expect it to do that. Woo! Woo! Gotrax! Good job! You actually built an off-road scooter. That is the hardest test I've ever given any off-road scooter, I'm not gonna lie. That was intense.